Alrighty, so I finished at 25 wins in this season's global tournament. Had a few games that I probably should have won, but I choked. But that's okay. This is definitely still a top 1K badge guaranteed. So just gonna go through some replays of good matches. Um, I typically only like to show matches against players who are good, and where they didn't make a super obvious mistake. So yeah, just gonna get right into it. First match is against this guy, Andres. I'm pretty sure he's a mini account because he has a few GT badges and 20 win, but yeah, no ladder finish. So yeah, this matchup, Lava is specifically this variant can be really difficult, especially if you get starting handed like I did here. I mean, I think the safe play here is, when he went Lava in the back, I didn't have Loon in hand, obviously. And then if you do this kind of play where you go Musk in the back, you always need to try and bait out their zap. So like Minor Skeletons is pretty ideal, or if you have to, like maybe Ice Golem Skeletons, but honestly I would save your Ice Golem for the Skelly Drags if you can. So you go Minor Skellies, you kind of need to force them to zap because otherwise they'll go Fireball Zap and then just spam support units and you won't be able to cycle back in time. So yeah, you kind of do this play where you pressure while defending. And obviously here he didn't go Zap, but he did have to commit like, 3 Elixir guards there. So that's really all you need to kind of stop him from attacking, because if he goes Fireball Zap, it's basically dead lava, because he won't have enough Elixir to defend. So yeah, I went Ice Golem there because I knew that my Muskie was still alive on 1 HP and he uses guards. So I was trying to force him to zap again, or obviously he could go Valk and I'll just go Musk again and get me close to my Evo Musk. But yeah, so now he zaps again, and then next time he attacks, like he won't be able to kill my Musk again because like just Fireball basically does nothing. So yeah, he goes Valk in the back because he's trying to get to his Evo Valk. Pretty good play. And then honestly just feeds my Musk here. He went Inferno Dragon in the back, so this is definitely the time when you want to attack. Is basically you can kind of bully them in single. Honestly, I probably could have gone with Minor with that Loon as well, but I was a little bit scared that, I don't know, I was just trying to play a little safer, but looking back, I probably could have. Here, honestly, probably could. I was trying to do like Minor Evo Skelly play, to try and like pressure both lanes, but my Ice Golem died too fast. But yeah, honestly, I probably could have been more aggressive in single. It's kind of when you want to be trying to get a connection. So yeah, I went Minor Skellies here because I knew he had no ground cards and no zap. So just trying to mess up his cycle for his attack. So yeah, he goes Lava in the back, and then I go Muskie. Even once he gets back to his Fireball, I'll have another Muskie anyway, so it's fine. So yeah, I attack like this. Probably could have placed my Ice Golem a little differently so that it wouldn't splash as much, but I was trying to protect it from the eye drag. And then I go Minor in front because they always guards in the back, and I believe I snowball this, yep. And it kind of looks like I committed pretty hard on that, but it's because honestly, his lava attack is not that threatening when he doesn't have Skelly Drags, because you can just distract the eye drag. So yeah, in this situation, I think that was the right play. And I'm back to a Musk, so even if he sort of goes in here, he goes in the other lane, which is, I mean, that's probably the right play for him. I go with another Musk here. If he fireballs, I mean, I just don't think it's good play because he needs to get his fireball with his lava attack. So this situation is pretty scary. Basically, I knew that he had Evo Valk in hand, and if I went Ice Golem with my Loon, it would have just killed everything, and I would have not been able to defend this push. So I was trying to be really careful to not give him Evo Valk value. I mean, he probably could have placed it on my Muskie, but it would have been like really last second. So yeah, you got to be super conscious of when they have Evo Valk in hand. This lava behind, or Skelly Drags behind lava play is super scary in double. So I was just trying to threaten his whole tower so that he couldn't keep pushing. So yeah, he has to use his zap there, and then now my muskie is not gonna die. Yeah, even if he fireballs, I know I just have to defend my like muskie, stop it from getting tapped by anything at all. So yeah, we're in a good position here. Usually when you're in this spot, this is just like you're gonna win because they can't stop you from getting hit. But you have to be really wary of like they could stack like yeah, they could stack support units and then go lava in front. I knew he was gonna go lava the bridge here. If you were to attack into that, you would be kind of cooked because he would just like go Skelly Drags, I drag, and then like zap guards your miner, and then yeah, you're just dead. So you got to make sure not to get too behind cycle, as in like you want to keep getting muskies up, keep getting value on the field. So yeah, I get another muskie up. Gotta make sure to yeah, space out your muskies so that he can't fireball them. Kind of unfortunate that loon got it or death damage, but I should be good to go in. I didn't go loon here because I knew that he had his Evo Valk, so I was kind of waiting. And he also used both his ground cards, so no minor counter in hand. So this is kind of where I think I got a little unlucky. Yeah, I went with minor chip again, I believe. Oh no, I go bomb tower high. Yeah. So it wasn't this interaction, but he's kind of flailing because he's just trying to stop me from going in. So now I have like a very good hand to attack. He doesn't have Evo Valk in hand. And yeah, I'm just gonna try and spam, trying to get death damage. If I do death damage and then some minor chip, I should be good. So yeah, I knew he was gonna go loon. I go with my bomb tower, try and protect my musk as much as possible. And then this loon gets a hit, which is really stupid. Or not gets a hit, gets death damage. I could have snowballed it, but I didn't think it would. So it really makes this game a lot closer than it needs to be. But yeah, at this point, I just have to go around his guards once, which luckily I do. Because he caught my Valk, or he caught my miner before with his Valk. But yeah, so I win. Very close game. Good player too, not pretty bad matchup. So yeah, that was pretty close. Next match is I had a match against Splashyard, which was pretty good. But this guy's kind of trash, so I'm just not gonna show it. This was another really good match. This guy is also a very good player. I think he has a couple top 1Ks. And this is a really bad matchup, but luckily I kind of realized what he was playing early on. So yeah, he went with his miner here, and then I was really scared that he had Marcher, so I predictive musk, which seems like pretty aggressive, but to be honest, there aren't really many decks that run miner in this meta. Yeah, besides this deck and the other ones that do, like I don't really know. I don't think they can really punish me for that. But yeah, so I predict this, and then here's where it gets really interesting. So this matchup is really bad because yeah, you're just never gonna get a loon connection. It's really hard to miner chip because his cycle is so fast and his ice spirit, and Marcher is really hard to stop. So I knew that basically the only weakness is that it has really bad answers for Muskie. Like it doesn't have a tank. It obviously has Stein, but like it's a super big commitment. So a lot of times you can kind of get like lucky Musk connections, and that can also make your loon push work. So yeah, I knew he didn't have miner in hand. So basically, since I have all of this stuff here, I went miner, and then basically I knew his only two options here were to like use cycle cards to try and like stop my musk, and then like DPS down my miner, or he could like commit a Stein. But if he goes Stein, I would just go loon the back because he used both his Stein and his Marcher, so 2 air cards, and then I'll be able to outcycle his cannon, hopefully. He would also be down a good amount of elixir because my Muskie would just like shred through his Stein and he'd get no value. So yeah, he instead he like did this log, and at this point I knew that he was probably gonna go Skellies because yeah, I mean he already used his log, and like I said, he didn't want to use his Stein at this point, so I go with a predictive snowball and his Skellies. Pretty lucky that my Musk connects, but like I mean, yeah, there's no way he would have expected me to do that, or probably not. He goes with a minor super late here, and I think that's a really bad play because, yeah, he's very low elixir right now, and his Stein is out, which means like he's gonna have to cycle another 3 cards to get back to it, and I'm up elixir, so this is a pretty good position to go loon in the back. And honestly, it probably would have been better to. I kind of wish I could have gone loon the back with, after playing a second muskie, so I could use my Evo Musk on like his cannon or his marcher. But I think in this kind of position, you really want to take advantage of when their Stein is not in hand. So yeah, I gonna let him. He he doesn't go with a NATO King activation, because he knows that if he does, he's screwed for my next loon. So that's pretty smart of him. But even still, like it's not a good position for him. Again, he's kind of feeding my Musk, and then I go on top of the Doctor because now the health is low enough that you could do 3 minor hits and a snowball and it will kill it. He does like a pretty bad late ability here, but yeah, I mean, that I don't know what he was thinking, but I feel like even if he did it pretty early, it still would have died because I would just snowball last second. But yeah, you can see his hand is super bad here. And this is kind of what I mean by like he doesn't have good tank for Muskie, and you can get like a ton of Muskie value sometimes, because if my Muskie weren't there, he could go like a cannon really close to tower in the NATO last second, but because it's there, like I'm just gonna spam him, and yeah, it just kind of takes his whole tower. So yeah, so that whole interaction kind of just came from that very first interaction at the start where I messed up his cycle by forcing Stein out and all that. And honestly, like doing muskie predicts on marchers is you kind of just have to do it in the meta nowadays, because it's just like if that bar barrel just walks up, it's just so much damage, and then once you are playing from behind against this deck, it's just impossible. So yeah, normally pretty bad matchup, but sometimes you can get away with, you can kind of outplay them like that. But yeah, the rest of the match is not that interesting. I mean, he's gonna play really like annoying defense. But like I have too big of a lead at this point. I just like, yeah, go bomb tower on his miners. Oh yeah, I forgot to say this, but when he went miner here, you pretty much always want to go bomb tower on it. Like, don't let him like get any magic archer value, because he'll just NATO it and then spam protect it with Stein in front. So it's just, yeah, try your best not to use any troop. But yeah, so just besides that, the deck is not very threatening at all when it's playing from behind, so it's pretty normal. You don't really have to do anything special. So yeah, I just get a few death damage bombs at this point. Keep spamming him, go bomb tower on his miners, and then eventually, yeah, win the game. So yeah, another pretty bad matchup. We kind of outplayed. This match against Sofiane, this guy, I don't know if you guys know him, but he gets like top 10 finishes regularly. So he's probably the best RG player in the world. He was playing on his mini here, and I recognized him, so I thought I was screwed. Honestly, this match, I did not play very well at the start. I think I was pretty nervous, but I did pretty well at the end. So the RG matchup is pretty hard because it's basically impossible to defend an RG with like getting a positive elixir trade. At least with this deck, you kind of always have to be even with them, or more. It's kind of like Expo, so it's very scary to overcommit even a little bit. So like even something like going minor and then snowballing can be like, yeah, super not good for you. And you always want to cycle your muskies in the back there, because in the back corner, because even if they have fireball or lightning, you want to space out your bomb tower. And honestly, you kind of want to be holding onto your miners, because like otherwise it's just so hard to DPS down the RGs. But yeah, so this is where I kind of was dumb. I saw he uses Fisherman and his Ghost, and I thought that he didn't have very good miner counters in hand. So I went super aggressive here, and I was right. I did get a loon hit. So yeah, obviously I snowballed the hunter away. I wouldn't advise trying to predict their hunters with miner, especially in single, because they can always just protect it and spam in front. You get more value by going miner in the back and then snowballing the hunter after one hit. So yeah, I did get a connection here, but um, like I mentioned before, you against RG, it's really hard to defend when you're down elixir. It's basically impossible. So yeah, he goes RG at the bridge, and obviously I get punished like an idiot because I wasted um, so much elixir there. I'm trying to see what I could have done here. Like probably I could have just tried and sack a bit more and keep my musk. Like I don't know, it would have been pretty sketch. I probably would take a lot of damage on my left side too, but yeah, I mean that probably was a better play. I go bomb tower, nudge last second, and then bar barrel, try to like, you know, cut my losses. Yeah, so I lose a lot of my tower. Really not great position, especially against RG. Like, I mean, it's possible to make a comeback. It's not like some of those other control decks, but yeah. Um, so at this point, I kind of knew that like I couldn't attack right here because he was just gonna keep spamming RGs. Like he's gonna play Ghost in front and then RG after. And I kind of need to save my miner because otherwise it's going to get hit. So yeah, here I kind of got unlucky with my yeah, Evo Skellies. Like I probably could have gotten a bit more value out of them if I played them a little different, but he does get a hit. And then at this point it's like two lightning, so I kind of knew that it was about to get dicey. When they do that play with Ghost like really high, it's pretty obvious that he's going to spam me again because they just want to get you in this cycle where they're constantly going RGs. So yeah, I went Muskie super high and then Skelly's because I knew that he was going to go Fisherman. Here I knew he was pretty low elixir, so he probably couldn't go RG. But yeah, at this point I realized that like I definitely need to go quick. So I went loon. He did go lightning. I knew that he was gonna lightning, so I went miner in front of the tower because it takes less time to get to the tower, and so it would tank for my loon. Yeah, after my ice column died, which I promise you that's like a play that you need to know. Because the difference in the miner like speed between front and back can like make a huge difference for whether it's tanking or not. So if you know they're gonna lightning, you need to go in front, or maybe sometimes even not play on the tower, like just a little bit in front of the loon. But yeah, so I predict his lightning, and then I get a good snowball off. And this is just kind of one of those really lucky interactions where I just happen to get two loon hits. At this point, he knows that he just needs two lightnings, or I knew that he was gonna pressure me, so I went musky there. So I'm at this point like I'm already back to my loon. I knew that he didn't have hunter in hand, and he's cycling back to hunter. I predict the hunter one more time, and then yeah, there you go. We got last connection. So yeah, really bad play at the start, but I made a good comeback, got a good prediction, and yeah, I mean this matchup is honestly it can be very difficult because RG players have a lot of control. Honestly, I don't even know what the matchup like percentage is. I would say it's probably around even, because if they protect their hunter super well, it can be really hard. And the RG player is always dictating the pace, so yeah, it can be difficult. But yeah, the next matchup is Royal Hogs. I played this guy twice. I barely lost the first match. I kind of choked by like a couple HP, but then I played him again the second time, so I wanted my run back. He's a pretty good player. I think he has a few badges as well, but this version of Pigs with Cannoneer, I don't know. He has Evo Ice Spirit, so plus Cannoneer can be pretty hard to deal with sometimes. So I want to say that it's probably closer to even. I think normally Loon has a little bit of a matchup on this deck. I think it looks like it should be Loon favored, right? Because we have Bomb Tower and they only have one air card, but 3-card cycle can be really hard to deal with. And if they protect their queen well, it can be super hard to kill it even when you have your Evo Musk. But yeah, I kind of didn't commentate the first part of this game. So against Pigs, I would advise you not to go miner on tower because it just helps them cycle. They go goblins, they go ice spirit. You get no value from it, and then they're gonna be more advanced in their cycle, and then they're gonna just go Royal Hogs and EQ and get some chip. So I think it's a better play to go Ice Golem Muskie in the back. And I knew he was gonna go delivery, but like uh, it's still not a super good play for him because he kind of has to wait. And if he goes queen in the back, then I go loon in the back, and then it's kind of just a like good position for loon. I know I said not to go miner, but his ice spirit and his goblins were out of hand, so I went in there and I had my bomb tower in hand. So yeah, he knows what I'm playing, obviously. So he's just EQ cycling a little bit. He's trying not to use his queen. Here I go musky right there because yeah, I don't want to take that ice spirit. I also am trying to get to my Evo Musk, so yeah, just gonna pressure with skeletons here. And then I went miner back and then snowball. I mean, honestly, that was pretty bad play by me, I'd say. I knew I could defend, I think, because I had Barb Barrel, but I did take one Royal Hogs hit, so not a super good play. Um, but yeah, I mean, generally, a lot of times, if they play their queen this matchup, you just want to, like, get them in a cycle where their queen is constantly, like, living for way too long and you can get more loons down, and just keep on attacking them. But yeah, since he knows what I'm playing and he's a good player, he didn't do that. Here, I think it was pretty obvious he was trying to bait me. Like, he knew I had Evo Musk, but I thought maybe I could be quick with it, but nah, he played that well. So at this point, it's kind of a dead push. There's no point in trying to protect it. So just let Loon die and then, yeah, just try and reset. So yeah, his queen is still alive. And this is what I mean, like you want to go Loon right when his queen's about to die, because it takes him a while to get back to it. But yeah, like he kind of gets bailed out by Evo Ice. And yeah, the Cannoneer delivery combo is really strong with this deck. So yeah, here I think he really messed up because he wasn't really keeping track of my cycle that well, and I knew that both his queen and his cannon were out. So yeah, he goes cannon there. Always snowball in this situation because it makes Loon take one hit to kill it. So I get one hit off. He goes ability. This is still not good for him because while I'm defending his queen, I'm cycling back to another Loon. Here, like, even if he does attack me, I kind of waited for a second to see if he was going to go Royal Hogs. But then when he didn't, I committed my miner. Even if he does attack, like, he would be kind of screwed because he would not have enough elixir to cycle back to his queen, and that would at least be a hit. I could go, like, super late. But yeah, he spams me. Just go Musk on this. So yeah, he goes queen here, and don't be afraid to switch lanes in this matchup because it can be like when they commit a queen to an entire lane, it can be super hard for him to yeah, defend the opposite lane. And then obviously I predict the cannon there. So this is kind of what I mean by like going multiple lanes can mess them up because now I can attack both sides. And his queen is dead. This is exactly when you want to go in. He can't really attack because, like I said, he would be totally screwed on defense. But that was not that well played by me. I played kind of a bad miner because he knew I was going to predict his cannon. But yeah, this is still a good position. And then I go in again just because I kind of want to keep putting him on the back foot. And he has nothing to block my Evo Musk here, so I just kind of wait for a bit. And then, yeah, it takes it out. Actually, kind of a bad push there. I probably could have played it in a better spot, but it's okay. I got my miner to tank here, and I'm already in a very good position here because his queen is about to die. Get a good snowball in his cannon, and at this point, I've already up too much. There's only 20 seconds left. I can kind of just, yeah, stall it out. Spam stuff in front of my tower. But yeah, this matchup can be super annoying. I think I was really bad at it a few seasons ago, but I kind of realized that you can be a lot more aggressive and stop them from going hogs. And also, you just have to know how to play around their queen very well. Yeah, that tip about not going minor in single is also very important, I think. So yeah. And then I think I'll show this game against the Lava Tombstone player. Honestly, I don't think they played that well. Like, usually this is a really bad matchup. But yeah, I think they made some misplays, but we still had some good defenses. So they cycle Zap on tower. I'm pretty much 100% sure that it's Lava at this point, because if it were Giant, like, I don't know, he probably would have spammed me with like Heal Spare at the bridge or like Bomber in the back or something. Usually they're always trying to like go Prince Giant first play or something like that. But yeah, because he zapped, this is kind of the same thing I said before about Lava, but like I'm not scared at all about this push, because even if he fireballs, he can't kill my Musk. Really weird play here where he goes Lava at the bridge. I was kind of considering here, like, do I go Minor Skeletons because he doesn't have Zap, or maybe I even go Loon, but I decided to play it safe because yeah, I was kind of scared that he would just spam me, so, and that's kind of exactly what he did. So he goes Skelly Drags, just protecting my Musk because yeah, he can't kill it. See, even if he fireballs, like, now he is back to Zap, but like it's too late for it to matter. So that, I kind of lost a couple hundred HP there, but this is a pretty good position for me. I went minor here because I wanted to force him to zap again. I kind of failed it though. I played too late, but it forces barbs, which is also fine, because, you know, I just kite it and I get a positive elixir trade. So yeah, just kind of go Ice Golem, and then you got to be very careful with attacking against the Tombstone version. It's has much better defense. So you kind of only want to attack when you already have a Musk up, I think, because otherwise it can be really hard to defend. But he goes with a really bad Loon and Mega Minion here. I think, like, yeah, it's just, I think the Loon was whatever, but the Mega Minion is really bad, because now I know that he has a really bad hand. So against this deck, you kind of need to keep track of what they are going to use to counter your Muskie. I knew that in this position, his only options were to go Tombstone or Skelly Drags on my Musk, and whatever he did, it would be bad because I'd go Loon after. So I'm basically waiting for him to play one of those, but then he goes Lava, which honestly I think is an even worse play, because he just used his Loon, and yeah, I mean, it's just kind of a free attack. So yeah, he goes Skelly Drags. He misses a Tombstone, but I don't think it would have mattered anyways. Like, that's still tower down. So I go pretty late Musk, but he does have Fireball Zap in hand, which I kind of realized. But it's okay. At this point, his Lava's already like very dead. I kind of just have to yeah, stall. If he had gone Loon, like, I don't know, right here, I probably could have gone like super high bomb tower, and then maybe like super late Musk. I would have taken like one hit, I think. But I still probably would have been able to defend because I'd have a Musk still alive on the field, and I just stall. But here I was predicting him to go Loon early, so I was trying to like push at the bridge to make the Loon go in front, but he didn't. It's fine though, because like, yeah, there's just not enough time. So yeah, you don't want to be too afraid of putting your bomb tower just like in front of your tower like that, because when he doesn't have Fireball in hand, your Musk can just get so much value and you just snowball everything back. So yeah, pretty easy defense, but yeah, that's the last match. All of these matches were either like even-ish or bad matchups, and they are all against really, really good players. But yeah, that was the run that got me to around top 1K GT. I don't know what this finish will be, but it'll definitely be within the top 1,000. So yeah. Also, I was going to make a video last season covering like my top 1K finish, but right when I was going to go record it, the balance dropped, so all my replays got deleted. But yeah, I'll maybe make another video later this season.